Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you all doing well. I am well. For all of those who ask about me, for all of those who sends me private messages, greeting me and sending their messages to the Syrian people here, I finally got your message delivered to them. Thank you for these messages, and I appreciate all the concern and the support. As y'all know, I haven't been in Syria for a long time, for a long period of time, and that is for a reason. I wasn't being able to come to Syria due to a lot of complications that I've been facing in the past year and a half. Today I made it, and I've been here a few days, and it's been a blessing. It has been an awesome experience to get back here among my people, among friends and loved ones that I have worked with very closely in the past 6.5, 7 years. You all know that Syria is undergoing its 8th year of the war that has brutally, completely destroyed Syria, and it's still going on up to this day. Almost 1 million people is dead right here. 13 million refugees has been displaced either internally or outside Syria in the neighboring countries and also around the world. The situation here in the free zone, or in the liberated areas as we call it, that has been expanded in the past few months, retaken Afrin again back with the help of the Syrian army. It has expanded the area that the Free Syrian Army or the revolutionists control alongside with Turkey, and all due to thank to Turkey for their amazing support to the Syrian people. They're actually the only people, the only country that's still supporting Syrian people and preventing a mass genocide from taking place right here. We all know about a month ago, or less than a month ago, Russia and Assad was determining to enter and occupy or intervene inside Idlib. We all know that also in Idlib there is almost 3 million people living in that city alone. Around Idlib there's another 1.5 million. Turkey interfered and struck the deal with Russia. That deal outcome was to halt all intervention, military intervention, and halt all airstrikes on these areas. That saved millions of people's lives right here. I am here right now and I'm experiencing the calmness that people has long waited for inside Syria. Yes, there is less airstrikes. Yes, there is less violence and death. But that does not mean that the war is over. The war is pretty much going on. The war is pretty much going from all different types of angles, reflecting on people's life right here. You know, there is high poverty here. The unemployment is skyrocketing. There's not much work for people. Education projects, schools, and all educational projects are in extreme need in these parts of the world of Syria. A lot of children are not able to go to schools, and I have met a lot of them. I have visited numerous areas from the refugee camps in Atma and Qah, and I went also to the western countryside of Aleppo, you know, Azaz, Afrin, all these areas, Orem, Atarib, all these areas that are right here close by Aleppo, it's suffering from one thing, which is the lack of support. People has abandoned, the world has abandoned these part of the world. There are millions of people who needs all kinds of help. So the war is pretty much still going on, and it's affecting these people's lives. One more aspect that I'd like to really reiterate and underline here is the lack of security as well. We all know that these parts of the world, half of these parts of these areas are controlled by HTS. HTS is well known as the other face of Al-Qaeda. Later it became Al-Nusra, and later it became the HTS. HTS are estimated to be about 10,000 to 20,000 fighters are based in these areas, and they have an agenda. This agenda does not really go hand in hand with the aspirations of the Syrian people here, and there's always a clash and conflict. So, and the other parts of the controlling groups are the Free Syrian Army, represented by Zinki, and also Al-Jabha Al-Shamiyya, which is largely also in control in many parts of these areas, Azaz, Afrin, and all these. So these two fractions are still fighting for control or dominating of these areas. That is aside. The only people who are suffering from this as well is the civilians. I've came across some checkpoints, and I had to really behave differently than before. I was also threatened many times. My life was threatened. If they say, if we ever comes in here, we will take him and we will prevent him from entering Syria. So now I am here in Syria. This is my country. No one can stop me doing what I do. No one. I'm never going to stop doing this work for the sake of my Syrian people, the kids of Syria, the future generation of Syria. I'd love to talk a little more about it. If you got any questions in your mind about Syria and what's going on in Syria, send me a message. I'll reply to you as soon as I can. So I'll end this with the beautiful Adhan right now. It's Asr Adhan. And I thank you all again for your support. Best regards for all of you out there who support us here in Syria, who supported our work in Syria. Inshallah, our work will continue here, and we will do it in many, many different ways. I thank the people in Turkey who helped me get here. I thank the government of Turkey for allowing me to come here. And I thank everyone who supported me inside Syria, from securing my areas and my movements from place to place, regardless of all the difficulties and the challenges that has been presented against me here. So I thank them. I thank the guy behind the camera who is right now. I thank everybody who cooked for us and drived us and protect us. My journey is still here for another few days. After that, I'll let you all know. I can't tell you where I am right now, but I'm somewhere in the liberated Syria. Free Syria always. Support Syria always. Pray for Syria always. Thank you all. You take care of yourself.